Hi there guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. Today it's going to be the second video, I think, in the Don't Throw It Away series, where we're going to be popping together a little cover like this, a journal cover for a little coffee themed junk journal using a coffee box. So we're using a coffee box like so. We're just going to take one apart and cover it together, give you an idea of how I do that. So first and foremost, let's get myself sorted. I shall pop this. I've been working at a bit of a funny angle, guys, so do excuse me. I haven't lost my mind, and yes, I am again working in my garden. It's mainly because it's the best kind of light at this time of year. Seem to get the best light at the moment in the garden. Right, so first and foremost, here we go. Let's get going. First and foremost, you get your coffee box. As you probably appreciate, I got one here. Yeah, you get your coffee box, and no, isn't that one? Right, yes, here's my coffee box. Your coffee box, you open it up. I usually flatten it. Like so, and then once it's flattened, all I do then is I take it to the cutter. I take it to my paper cutter and I cut along these lines here. So I take these bits off, these tabs at the end, top and bottom, take those off. Okay, once that's done, leaves you with your box, kind of boxy shaped, and then all I do then is I have a quick scoot round and I choose the edge. I cut across the edge that's got the seam on it, the extra bit of seam on it, and I just cut down that side with a pair of scissors just to open it up a little bit. Doing this behind the camera, it's a bit difficult, but there you go. Okay, so I cut that, and then I just cut the other side. You can use it with scissors or in your cutter, should you prefer. Might just trim it up a little bit tidier in your cutter. Okay, so that way what you've got is all kind of even. It's kind of even, and you've taken that little seam bit off there. Alright, here's one I've done before the program. So then all you have is you have your kind of beginning of your cover. Alright, so I have that like so, and then I open it out. And then what I do is I have a piece of muslin, or you can have some fabric, whatever you fancy really. And I'm going to pop it on a glue board, and then I just glue it straight on. Let me get my brush. I'm going to use this time, I'm using this one, fast tack glue, and I just pop it on with a brush. There we go. So yes, I haven't lost my mind. I am actually in the garden again. So glue my brush. There we go. Pop it, and I've got a little dish. It looks a bit grotty, so I won't try not to show it. The dish has got like glue from the last 4 or 5 projects in it, and I just glue across like so. Got to go around here, so hopefully I don't knock the camera. That's the idea. And your muslin on this side is to basically reinforce the spine, and particularly those edges. Thankfully, there you go. Alright, so that's what you've got on there. Put my bone folder out, yeah, and so I'm going to go from this side, guys. What I do now is just pop it on like so. Alright, as you go over it with a bone folder, and then I set that aside to dry. What's nice sometimes is if you do, like, you know, if you've got a few that you want to do, set up a little production line and do sort of 3, 4, 5 in a row and basically work that way. So, alright, that's that done. So reinforce the spine, I put that aside to dry. And here's one I made before the program, like so. And I've popped, as you can see here, I've got my parts that I'm going to put together. I've kind of pre-prepared them, but I'll talk you through what I've done. Yes. So that's one that's done beforehand. It's dried, completely dried. I've cut some fabric because this time round, rather than on this one, I basically took a piece of scrapbook paper and I did the whole piece across the middle, across the inside, which is fine. It tends to buckle a bit, probably not the best way to do it, but it's fine, it's secure. And this time around what I'm going to do is something like this. Now in the next video I'll show you, I've done the share on how I've put my winter daybook together, and I really like this idea. So you've got the fabric on the inside and then you've got your end papers. So we'll do that with this one, okay? But first and foremost, let's pop the fabric on, and that's what we're going to be using. And on this side, what I've decided to do, because whereas this one we've got the cappuccino and latte on the front, on this side I've decided I really like the idea, if we can, of the Americano kind of showing. Yeah, let's do like that, shall we? So I'll try kind of do it like that for now, so it's lined up ish. Well, I can't, can I? Do it with a coffee. Right, I just have to mark it in my mind. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is basically get my glue. And I have got so many of these boxes. I've been saving them since last year when I did my first couple for me. Actually no, I did my very first collection of journals for Etsy. Oh, let's not do that. Out of these coffee boxes. Here we go. Let's just chuck that on there like so. Yeah. Good old dollop. Let's do a good old dollop, I think. Let's try it. This is ever such a good glue. Ever such, it's really secure. Once it's on, it's on. And it dries clearly, which is nice. So I go over like that. Okay. I remember a couple of people, was it last year when I was first started, like the idea of a little share of how I apply the fabric. Now I'm gonna try turn this over again. Is that dried a bit? No, I think what I'm going to do is just, I've got this here I've been playing with Daphne's diaries. I'm going to chuck that on there like so, because I don't want it to mark the back. Right, so where do we go for? We went for Americano, didn't we? Some people also try, let me just check that, to just make sure I kind of lined it up, kind of winged it. Yep. So, just to make sure that you might want to do it, be more precise and mark it on the inside. You could lay your cover down and put a pin through, like on the corner, and then mark it on the inside where you want. Mark the fabric and lay your cover onto the fabric. That might be a safer, more precise way of doing that, but that's how I'm winging it this time round. Okay, right, let's see. So we're going to do that, and let's see. That's still. Now, once that's done, am I still in frame? Yes, I am. I've still got a bit of glue left. What we need to do now is do the top, secure it around the edges. I hope I'm not running out of glue right now. That wouldn't be funny, would it? I did. Right, dip into my glue stash. There you go. Right, so let's go across the top. And I take it, I actually put it onto the fabric as well, right to the edges. Don't know if you're supposed to, but I found in my experimenting that really helps with getting the corners right. And I'll show you for why in a mo. So, really, particularly on the edges, let me pull that across so we've got the little show on the glue. Okay, on the corner, not on the glue. Right, that's that. Now, I'm going to pull this down. All I'm going to do then is just fold this all the way down, even and right to the corners of the fabric. Right to the corners of the fabric. That's the way to do it. Okay, so let's do top and bottom. How's that feeling? Yeah, that's looking good, looking good. Let's do the bottom. There we go. That's quite a hem I've got going on there, isn't it? A bit of a waste of that lovely fabric, to be fair, but that's just how it is. I've only got a little bit of this. I bought it probably last summer. I need to go back to the fabric store to see whether or not they've got any more. I'd been to the haberdashers and I really had a spend, and when I saw this on the way out and I couldn't resist, I had bought, I think it's 1/4 metre. There you go. There you go. Yep, I've got 1/4 metre. It's lovely. And her tea as well. And her tea too, which is great. Okay. So once I've done that on that side, kind of get to here and I trim the corner, trim the corners to within about 1/2 centimetre of your actual corner. Still in frame, are we? Still in frame, guys? 1/2 centimetre of the actual. Like so. I think making a little parcel really. And then I'm going to bring that one down like so. So yes, filming in the garden, hence the coat sleeves. It really is a challenge at the moment, trying to get reasonable daylight, well reasonable light with not much shadow for filming at the moment. And there you go. So let's pop the edge over like so. Turn that edge over like so. Let me see. Where's my bone folder? And smooth that down like so. I'm doing. Gives it a kind of tidier. Do you know what? I've always been, to to be honest, I'm rubbish at wrapping parcels well. I'm rubbish at corners, you know. Like with beds, you know, the nurses do hospital corners, don't they? I used to read about those in like novels when I was about 11. Hospital dramas, you know, where about trainee nurses and things. Always intrigued me, doing hospital corners. Isn't it funny, the things that you remember? That was not hilarious, but you know. In fact, I did find one in a vintage bookstore a little while, probably last summer. My friend Tina, one of the old nurse books that I used to love. There you go. Right, and usually if I had more of this fabric I would have let that dry before doing the next stage, but you know what, we're just going to go for it. What I want to do with this now, let's take this to one side, the glue thing. I am going to add a hitch post. I'm going to add a hitch post to this before we pop the inside, get the inside covered. So Americano is just right, isn't it? You could actually do this with a hair, is it hair dryer? Try it with a hair dryer, but there you go. What am I doing with that? Is that looking a bit, she's a bit slippy. So ideally guys, what I would say is don't do this now, let it dry. Let it dry, but for the sake of the camera and one's craft, just timing really, we'll pop that, we'll pop a hole right through, like so. And so I've got my awl. And the hitch post is, these ones, as I said, I haven't seen anyone else do them, so that's that. That's your hitch post, and it's a little screw that goes on underneath. I can get my finger out of the way. I've only seen Tim Holtz do them. If anyone else, you know, I'm sure, because people do the, well, I don't really do the elaborate book plates either, do they, to be honest? I haven't seen anyone else do those apart from Tim Holtz. Let's see. Right. Okay, so shall you pop that through? I haven't matched the colours on these either. I've mixed and matched the colours, so it's kind of a silvery screw thing, because when you get the pack the colours are matched, which is lovely. But because I'm going to cover the bottom of this, it makes no odds. Sometimes you don't have, if it's a really thick cover and you don't have a lot of the screw showing, I actually glue this as well, but you know, there's loads. Oh, there you go. There's loads showing, so that's a little bit low, isn't it? Oh well. Oh well. It's not horrendous. It's not horrendous. Right. Tell you what we'll do now, guys. We will. I was going to. I had thought, you know, of actually having this when you opened it up on the side, but because of the size, I didn't want to lose too much of it. So I'm going to use this as the cover of the first signature. But any of you saw the video that I did, the first Don't Throw It Away video, when we got hold of the, what was that? Oh, let's not do that. I keep trying, don't I? Keep trying. I keep trying. We got hold of the, it's just a little bit too long. Right, let me just trim that. We got hold of the stamps and I used my son's ripped shirt. Do you remember to stamp these? to stamp with the coffee stamps all over and make kind of trims. That's really rubbish, Jenny, really rubbish. Really rubbish. Anyway, I just carried on off camera. I carried on and I'm gonna have to a bit more. Just going to cover the center anyway. So but I do not want it peeking over the edge. But as we've got edging front and back, it's not a big deal if it's a little bit short. There you go. Right, okay. Yeah, so what I did was, I just carried on with those stamps as I had them out, and I have the beautiful, this is called Vintage Classic. It's Vintage Classic. I showed it a few weeks ago, part of my haul from the works. Vintage Classic scrapbook paper. And I just love the back. I will be using it, some more of that throughout the journal. Excuse me while I do the glue thing. As you can tell, we'll get to the bottom of the bottle. So, what I did was I put the stamps on there, and they're going to be the front and back. Was it end papers we call them? Well, not we, people who know what they're doing call them end papers. Right, here we go. Oh, glue gate. Here we go. Here we go. Avert your eyes, guys. Those with a weak constitution. To see the massacre that will be taking place with this glue. Terrible, terrible. Glue absolutely everywhere, but never mind. I'm sure we'll cope. 22 minutes. Going to have to run, guys. Right, so let's pop that like so. That will dry clear. I just wanted to have, I really like the idea of, again, it's reinforcing because I've just done the single box, whereas with my winter daybook experimenting I doubled up on the box, and you'll see that. So, and I also reinforced the spine as well. Now, because we're sewing the signatures into this one, I'm not bothering to reinforce the spine again with card as I did with the winter box, my winter journal, because there's a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure on the top and bottom of the spine when you tie the signatures in, and I didn't know how it would withstand it if I just used a single. So it's got double box, it's got a really thick bit of card on the end, front and back. There you go, there you go. Oh, Mum, I've really gone for it, haven't I, this time, guys? Really gone for it. Oh well. Oh well. What I need is somebody was saying, I think it was Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, about baby wipes making a big difference for taking off excess glue. There we go. Just pop that down there like so. And off camera, guys, what I'm going to do with this is I will be just leaving it under some books. I'll be leaving it to dry and set really well before we carry on. So I'll probably get on with creating signatures for this off camera, but I'll leave maybe the first. I'll leave one of them and we'll create it together. We'll put some pages together. So I've got two. I'll have two of these lovely sized mini journals, and I've got two of the coffee themed planned in the affordables range, and I think I will do, oh lordy, I will do, guys, a I just haven't got a decent flat space for, there you go. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Right. I will do a all singing, all dancing, really stuff to the gills traveller's notebook covered in this as well. I've just about got enough fabric for that. So we'll have 3 available. I think that's how we'll work it. Right guys, so when you see this next, it will be, let's just check that you can fold. Yes we can. Can we fold on that side? Yes we can. Right, right, my hands are covered in glue. So just to say that's it then guys, I'll turn the camera off and give it a wipe. So we've popped the cover on, we've reinforced the spine, we've added the hitch post, and the next thing we'll be doing is I'll switch the camera on when we're adding, putting the signatures together. Okay, maybe doing a bit of stamping and embellishing. Take care guys, bye, bye.